All right. Hopefully we are live because I've been trying to get on live for the last hour now. I thought I was live once, but then we weren't even live. So I'm trying to get the fuck on the line here. All right, good. We're finally fucking live. I didn't tell you to make it private. All right, so that can stay there for a minute. Okay. So let's get the other fucking thing on here, shall we? Where is it? The screen, I went out of here. The desktop, where is it? I want to get rid of it. Alrighty, let's switch it over now. Let's switch it over. No, it's not made for kids. Save changes. Now we're gonna go public. Save. Alrighty, guys, I want you to listen to this clip because this clip is as true today as the day that I made it. So let's listen to this clip, shall we? Here we go.
Now we're at the same place to where some people will never believe something that's real and always believe things that are fake. Now we're at the same place to where some people will never believe something that's real and always believe things that are fake.
All right, thank you, Glenn Beck. Thank you, Glenn, for that true statement. Because we're going to get into some things today. And I thought I was live like an hour ago. Here I am talking to myself, and come to find out I wasn't even live. Then the fucking webcam software kept crashing repeatedly. Why? Because the government does not want me making this video. That's what it is. The government does not want me to make this video, people. So, because they do not want me to make this video, they're trying. I'm having all sorts of technical difficulties today. So, anyways, let's hide Glenn back. We don't need him now. But all right. So let me put me back where I normally want to be. All right. So what we're talking about today, people, and you might be. No, I'm moving my camera down so the watermark goes where it's supposed to be. Come on, there it is. We're talking about the CIA, the FBI, or also known as the Federal Association Goon Gang Trolls. There is not, I do not have one doubt in my fiber of my being that my trolls are paid by the government to destroy me. My trolls were paid by the government to destroy me. Without a doubt. And you're going to say, well, emo, that's bullshit. How do you know your trolls were paid to destroy you? Just look at the evidence. Look at all the shit that they've done. Look at all the shit that they've done to cause me to lose all my friends. Okay? Look at all the shit they've done recently to make me lose all my fucking friends. Okay? And that's why I truly believe that it's being done. Without a shadow of a doubt in my mind, it's being done. So hang on. I had to reboot a minute, and I lost all my windows, so I'm going to reopen all my windows. But anyways, I believe 100% that my trolls were paid to destroy me. I believe that my trolls are being paid by the government. Now, a lot of people are going to say, well, emo, that's just silly. Emo, that's ludicrous. No, it's not. No, it's not. And we're going to get into the reasons why my trolls were paid for by the government. Okay? But first, we're going to take you down a little bit of memory lane here. And I'm actually recording this time on my hard drive in case this video goes again. Because now I'm going to repeat everything I said in the last hour all over again. That's all right. We can do it again. Because I got nothing better to do when you're nobody and you got no friends, right? So I got nothing better to do than sit here all day and make the video over and over again. And I was recording it too, and I was supposedly streaming to YouTube, but I guess the stream never started. Well, we're here now. So let's get into it, shall we? All right. So I'm gonna pretty much I'm gonna have to repeat everything I said all over again because my fucking computer fucked up when I thought we were fucking live. So let me make sure we're still live on YouTube. Make sure we're not being silenced here because we're going to get into it in a minute. All right, so I see it's live on YouTube. All right, so we're going to open. I want to actually see the video moving on YouTube. To actually see that we're there. All right. And I can hear myself that we're there. All right. So, let's talk about the FBI. Let's talk about the CIA. When the FBI doesn't like what you're saying, doesn't like what you do, whether it's the CIA, the government, or the FBI, when they do not like what you're doing or how you're behaving, they'll either find a way to put you in jail for life to silence you. They'll fucking take you out, but not to lunch. They'll fucking destroy your reputation. They'll do whatever they have to do to eliminate you from being a problem for them. So, there is not a doubt in my mind that I 100% believe, without a doubt, that my trolls are paid for and operated by the government. I believe the government is paying my trolls to do the things that they want to do. Okay, let's look at a couple of people that are being trolled. Let me bring out somebody on the internet that's being trolled. Rebel, here we go. We're going to talk about you. I know Rebel hates when people talk about him, but we're going to talk about Rebel because think about it. So rebels supposedly got all of these fucking private eyes watching his house 24 hours a day, right? He's got all these motherfucking private eyes watching his house. They know everything about him. Right? And they're watching him 24 hours a day. That takes tens of thousands of dollars to do that shit. No YouTube channel on YouTube makes tens of thousands. Okay? So that tells me right there that these people are being paid by the government to watch Rebel, in my eyes. But let's go all the way back to some of the other dirty deeds that the CIA and the FBI have done, shall we? Without a doubt, they killed Kennedy. Without a doubt, 100%, they killed John F. Kennedy. Without a doubt, it was an inside FBI, CIA fucking job. Without a doubt. So that's one thing that they did in the 60s. Okay, so let's talk more about the 60s. Does everybody remember the civil rights activists of the 60s? You had free at last, thank God Almighty, we'll be free at last. Okay, and then you had Malcolm X, and you had Medgar Evers, and you had all those activists, right? And what happened in the 60s? How many times, if people were, go back and look at the videos, because the videos, explain for themselves. So you have all these peace rallies and these peace marches, and then all of a sudden, they would turn violent. You would have whiteies show up, white guys show up and start a fight. Well, guess who those white people were? Those were people put in there by the U.S. military to deliberately go into those peace rallies and deliberately start a fucking fight. Now, Emo, you're going to say, Emo, how the fuck do you know this? Because my uncle, who was in the U.S. Army, told me that he was paid several times when he was stationed in Fort Bragg, South Carolina. He was paid several times to go to these peace rallies and demonstrations and deliberately start a fight. That was your truly government doing that shit. But the government, but who did the government blame it on? They blamed it on the Ku Klux Klan and other people, right? They blamed it on the Ku Klux Klan and the other people, but it was actually the U.S. military deliberately going in to those fucking peace rallies and deliberately starting a fucking fight. Because I wish my uncle was still alive, because I'd have him tell you this shit. And unless you have somebody who has been there, or family in the military who wants to come clean, you may have a hard time verifying this, but that's what the government did. The government sent in fucking U.S. Army men to deliberately cause destruction and deliberately start a fight, okay? What does the government do when they don't like what you're saying? They deliberately try to silence you, right? When you're able to control a mass following, the government will stop you. Look what they did to Jimi Hendrix. The U.S. government shot and killed, well, didn't shoot and kill, killed Jimi Hendrix because he joined the Panther Party. And they didn't want Jimi Hendrix, through his music, through his on-stage persona, to promote and gain more members to the Black Panther movement. So what did they do? They killed Jimi Hendrix. They didn't want fucking Leonard Peltier to influence the American Indian movement. okay, known as AIM. So what did they do? One of his guys shoots two FBI guys. One of Peltier didn't shoot anybody, but what did the government do to Leonard Peltier? They put him in fucking jail for life to fucking silence him. And he never killed anybody. But they didn't want Leonard Peltier to be out influencing a mass mob of people. So what did they do? He's been in prison for charged with accessory to a robbery of two federal agents when he didn't even kill these guys. Okay? Then, of course, they put Charles Manson away because they didn't want Manson to fucking influence a whole gaggle of people. So they put him away. Okay? But that's what they do. They don't like people that can influence mass crowds of people. And I believe that if Jim Jones didn't take the Kool-Aid, I think they would have took out Jim Jones too. They were finding a way to take out Jim Jones when he had all of his people come to the pavilion and they drank the Kool-Aid. So there's no doubt in my mind that if they didn't do that mass, you know what they did in Jonestown? I bet you the government would have got him too somehow, but they knew it was coming, so they took themselves out before the government can do it. But I believe that was another target that the government was getting ready to go after. Okay? Let's go back a little bit. Let's go back to the 1950s now. I kind of skipped over another one. Let's go to the 1950s, shall we? Elvis Presley is on stage, and he's doing all that shit. And all the girls are going, Elvis, 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 Elvis. Okay? And back then, when Elvis was around, the fucking, the people in the United States were predominantly Christian. So all these daddies didn't like their girls gyrating they didn't like Elvis Presley gyrating for their fucking daughters, okay? So a lot of these parents back in the 50s, they were trying to outlaw rock and roll. They were writing to their fucking senators. They were writing to their fucking congressmen. They were trying to do all kinds of shit to fucking get fucking Elvis Presley to stop gyrating in front of girls. Because all these people who were Christians at the time, because most of the United States public back then was Christian, and they thought it was the devil's music, and they were all bitching that they had to stop Elvis Presley from doing what they did. So what did they do? They drafted his ass. You don't think that wasn't deliberate? Right at the height of Elvis Presley's career, he gets fucking drafted. You don't think that was not deliberately done by the CIA, the government, and the president who couldn't stand Elvis Presley at the time? Yes, he was deliberately drafted. Why? Because if we make Elvis Presley go to Germany, he gets away from our fucking daughters. And that's why they fucking did it. Again. So that's why they fucking shipped Elvis Presley off to Germany. That was deliberately done. The draft of Elvis Presley was deliberately done. But what fucked their plan is, they didn't realize that they thought that getting rid of Elvis Presley, they would get rid of rock and roll. They thought they would get rid of the fucking genre of music, They thought they were going to get rid of Elvis gyrating for the girls and making them go, ooh, ooh, ah, ooh. Okay? They thought they were going to kill the music, right? But little did they know that their plan backfired, didn't it? Their plan backfired. So yeah, they fucked with Elvis Presley because the government wanted to silence Elvis Presley. There's no doubt in my mind that that really fucking happened. But they thought the rock and roll movement would die right after that. But there was a little problem why that plan didn't go as planned. Because shortly after Elvis Presley got shipped over to Germany, this blonde, blue-eyed boy showed up. And almost became just as popular as Elvis Presley. And I bet you people know who I'm talking about. Have you guessed yet? Could you guess who fucking foiled that plan of drafting Elvis? You haven't figured it out? Okay, I'll give you the guy's name. He had blonde eyes and blue hair, and he was a tall, skinny fella. So they get Elvis out of the way, thinking they were gonna kill rock and roll, and then the next guy shows up. Well, come along, baby, whole lot of shaking going on. I said, come along, baby, whole lot of shaking going on. We ain't faking, whole lot of shaking going on. It showed up. And he would have toppled Elvis Presley if he didn't do that certain marriage that he did. It's the only thing that killed Jerry Lee Lewis of becoming the next Elvis Presley, okay? Was that fucking marriage. So they thought they were gonna draft Elvis Presley away, and they thought rock and roll was gonna die. They didn't plan on Jerry showing up, did they? No, they didn't plan on fucking Jerry Lee Lewis showing up, did they? All right, so the government has a history of taking people out that they don't like. The murder in Waco. That's all I gotta say. The murder in Waco. Okay? The murders at Ruby Ridge. Okay? Those are all things that the government did. Those are all people the government wanted to silence. The murder of Bill Cooper, who was like Alex Jones, but an early Alex Jones. The murder, like I said, the murder of fucking Bill Cooper. The murder of people in Waco. Right? So, if the government has a history of taking out people they don't like, there's no doubt in my mind that my trolls are being paid for by the fucking government. I also heard another story. I can only give you part of it. I can't tell you all the details. I can kind of hint on it. There was this guy that was getting trolled, right? He was getting fucking trolled, and all of a sudden, his neighbor across the street that doesn't have a pot to piss in, all of a sudden is fixing up the house and has brand new cars. Why? Because that neighbor across the street that all of a sudden has money is being paid to watch your ass. Okay? No doubt in my mind. Because like I said, where did these trolls get all the money to fucking follow Rebel around 24 fucking 7? Where did fucking trolls get all this fucking money? And the reason why they took out my channel is because they didn't want me influencing mass amounts of people. So I got taken out like London Peltier. I got taken out like Charles Manson. I got taken out like Elvis Presley being drafted. Mm-hmm. My reputation got murdered like Jimi Hendrix. Because they didn't want me influencing people. That's what it did it to me. That's what it did it doing it to Rebel. That's what it doing it to other people. All right, so now we're gonna get into the more to the newer stuff, shall we? Now we're gonna get into the last few decades. Now we're gonna get into the newer stuff. Do you realize that the government, when they want to control something, they have a way of doing it? And if any of you were alive in the 80s, let's recap the 80s, right? We had some great music in the 80s, okay? And we went from having great music in the 80s to the crap movement. The crap and hip-hop movement. We went from, do you want to hurt me? Do you want to make me cry? Wanted, dead or alive. I'm a cowboy with a steel horse I ride. Wanted, and then with or without you. And you give yourself away. And you give, and you give, and you give yourself away. And then the Karate Kid soundtrack. I am a man who will fight for your honor. I am the I was born in the USA now. Born in the USA. And then you had sweet dreams were made of these. Who am I to disagree? And travel the world in the 7 seas. It's just a manic Monday. I wish it was fun day. Jump, go ahead and jump. Take these broken wings and learn to fly again. Learn to live so free. Up here, the voice of love. We had all those great music. I would love to actually play those for you instead of fucking singing them, but I can't because of YouTube's copyright, right? So we went from that genre of music to garbage. We went from that to motherfucking this and the motherfucking that and the fucking this and the fucking A and the fucking that and the fucking A and the fucking that and the fucking this and the fucking and the fucking and the fucking this and the fucking that and the fucking this and the fucking that. Why did rap music all of a sudden show up in the 80s? You know why? Because it was financed by the CIA. You heard me right. The CIA couldn't leave us with the 80s music that I just sung. The good shit. No, the CIA had to come in there and corrupt the minds of children. Yep. Now you're going to say, Emo, what the fuck are you talking about? The CIA came in and corrupted the minds of the children. Okay, so here we go. We're going to start sharing screenshots now because people aren't going to believe me. Here's desktop. Here's the desktop. And what does this Brett Keane video say? What does this Brett Keane video say? What the fuck does this Brett Keane video say right here? Where? And might keep it down. So what does this Brett... I didn't say move that. So what does the title of this Brett Keane video say? Okay, look at the title of this Brett Keane video. Okay, you see the title now? You see the title of it? CIA financed the 80s hip-hop movement to corrupt American youth. I believe it 100%. Admits an ex-CIA agent. Okay? So, the reason why we went from all that great 80s music to junk, to people like Shit and M, as I call them, because I can't stand Eminem. Eminem's a piece of shit. All the people on the West Coast movement, all the people on the East Coast movement are all fucking pieces of shit. I would have rather kept the 80s music than have the fucking rap and hip-hop scene ever take over. And now that the hip-hop and hip-hop music scene is taken over, who controls the album industry now? Okay? Because back in the fucking day, it was white guys who were controlling the music industry, right? Who predominantly controls the music industry now? A certain word that starts with N. That's who controls the music industry now. Everybody's going to say, Emo, that's racist. Well, it's the truth. And all those guys in the hip-hop music can go, nigga this, nigga that, nigga this, nigga that. But if I say the word, I'm the biggest racist piece of shit on YouTube, right? But they can say it in their fucking music, and it's okay because, oh, they're saying it with an A, not an E-R. I don't care if it's an E-R or a fucking A. It's still the same fucking word. If it's derogatory for me to say it, it's derogatory for the blacks to say it. So again, here's evidence that the CIA corrupted the young minds of America because they're the ones that financed, influenced, and supported hip-hop music. And I dare people to go watch this Brett Keane video because it's a great fucking video. I'm not gonna play it because I don't like stealing other people's shit like the trolls do to me. So, with that being said, there's a video. It's available on Rumble. Go search it yourself and go watch the fucking video. Okay? Now, I didn't just take Brett Keane's word. I didn't take Brett Keane's word for it. I actually went and I actually found. I actually went and found the article. Okay, so where is my desktop? Okay, so I want to mute this for a second while I'm looking for the next thing. So there you go. There's a Brett Keane video. So we went from the greatest music during the greatest decade of all time to junk music because the CIA had to do it. All right, let me search the title of the video again because I can't find what I did with my news article. Let me fucking look for it again. But that's why we had all that crap music. Because I'm looking for the actual article now. No. I had the article earlier. Let me search another way. I'll find it. Give me a minute. And like I said, everything's up in the air right now. All right, so here's another article, so you don't have to take the people's voice. The people's voice. Let's look at this now. The people's voice. The CIA financed 80s hip-hop music to corrupt the young youth. Admits ex-CIA agent. There it is. John so-and-so, a retired CIA agent, has admitted this week on national Russian TV that the CIA was behind the creation of the 1980s hip-hop scene and financed major hip-hop artists like NWA. Okay? So here's the article right here. They did it to corrupt our youth, people. They did it to corrupt our fucking youth. Okay? And I'll put all these links in the description of this live stream when it's done. You'll be able to check out all the descriptions in a few minutes. Okay? So there you go. Okay? So the CIA admits that they financed the hip-hop scene. And like I said, I believe they did it. Let's move the camera down again. Come on. There we go. I believe they did it. All right, so now let me go to where we're live. And I will... go to... Let me go to my video now. All right. We better be live. All right, so we're going to edit the description of the video. So, we're going to put a few links at the bottom of the video. I'm working on that now. All right, so we're going to paste, we're going to enter this a few times, and then we're going to go back up here. All right, so we're going to go control paste. That's not what I told you to paste. I wish when I'm doing a fucking live stream, the fucking computer would cooperate just fucking once. So I don't have to do work over again because it wants to be fucking a stupid cunt. See, it's not letting me copy and paste it now. Copy. Paste, retardo. There you go. So the hip-hop, the article about the hip-hop music should be in the description now. So that should be in the fucking description now. All right. Now we're going to put the other article that we're going to read in a minute about how the CIA is now put trolls in the internet to influence people. So that article is now in the description, which we're going to fucking do in a minute. Yeah, we're going to add that one too. So that way when I share these to you, you can actually fucking see what the fuck we're talking about. And of course, I'm going to put Brett Keen's video in the description. So that way you guys can watch Brett Keen's video. We'll put that in the description too. All right, so now that we took a moment, all the links that are important are in. Tested. Let me make sure. Tested. Do I hear myself? Tested. Let me make sure. Tested. Okay, so we are still live on YouTube, just making sure we didn't get silenced. So now all those links are in the description. All right, so give me 1 second. All right, so now we're getting to the nitty gritty. We get into the within the last 15 years of what the government has done. Here we go. Let's do this, shall we? Okay, so, and I'm muted over here so we don't get any echo. Okay. So, the next thing we're going to talk about is this right here. This is what we're going to talk about now. And again, now I'm going to move my camera up so people can see me. All right, I'm going to put myself in the corner. Look at this fucking article right here. How covert agents. This is where it gets good, guys. This is where it gets good. Covert agents infiltrate the internet to manipulate, deceive, and destroy reputations. Let's read that again. How covert agents, FBI, CIA, and U.S. government people, paid trolls, paid character assassinations, okay, influence infiltrate the internet to destroy people's reputations. And this article was published in February of 2014, and it's still fucking going on. So, and people are going to say, yep, we've seen Nemo talk about this before. So let's go down here. Here's the article. All right. All right. And here's the article, and the article's now in the description if you want to read it yourself. Okay. Here's their tactics. Okay. Here's their tactics that everybody got duped and left Emo Halliwell for. You ready? Here's the tactics. The core self-identified purposes of the TGRID, the JTRIG uses two tactics, two main tactics. Are you ready for the tactics, people? Here we go. 1, to inject all sorts of false material, aka information, into the internet to destroy the reputation of its targets. Okay? This is what the government does to Emo Halliwell. 2, inject all sorts of false material into the internet to destroy the reputation of its targets. Now I'm going to read it one more time, and we're going to make it make sense. The JTRIG's two tactics. One, to inject all sorts of false material into the internet in order to destroy the reputation of Justin Emo Hallingwolf. And you want to say, and now you're going to say, Emo, what the fuck are you talking about? Misinformation. You want to know what I'm talking about? Misinformation? Okay. All the shit that Dragonut's doing. All the shit the Geek Squad's doing. All the shit that four assholes of a false perspective are doing. All the fucking shit that Mr. Hum on My Dick is doing. All the fucking shit that Smiley Central's doing. All the shit that Gary Snowflake did. All the shit that Grampy Lobster did. All the shit that fucking Masshole Report did. All the fucking shit that Shiva, the four-eyes pedophile, did. All the fucking shit that Andrew Brain fucking did. And the hundreds of others that are... Oh, and let's not forget haters, trolls, and naysayers with their ringleader, Ernie Chrysler. So let's get into it again. Let's read this one more time. One, to inject all sorts of false material or information, as I put it, into the internet to destroy the reputation of its targets, or just an emo Hallingwolf. And what do I mean by false fucking information? Here we go. Here we go. This is what I mean by false information. Lies about this. Lie number 1. Lie number 2. Lie number 3. Lie number 4. Lie number 5. Lie number 6. Lie number 7. Lie number 8. Lie number 9. Lie number 10. Lie number 11. Line number 12. And the 10,000 more that I haven't added to the list yet. That these trolls have come up to. This is false information into the internet. When they say that emo does all this shit, knowing it's 100% not true, is injecting false material, false information into the goddamn internet. And it's being done by the FBI, the CIA, and the federal government. I dare the fucking CIA to silence me. I dare the fucking FBI to fucking silence me. I dare you to show up at the house tonight, feds. I fucking dare you, because you will not get emo to quit YouTube. You will not get emo to stifle himself. You will not get emo to fucking stop. You want emo gone? You're gonna have to take him out. And I don't mean to lunch. I mean for a dirt fucking nap. That's what you gotta do. Come on, CIA. Let's go. Let's go, FBI. Let's fucking go. And any other faggot in the government that is trying to take me out. Now, where were we now? So here we go. We're back to this fucking article again. So we read number 1. Number 1, Number one tactic is to inject all sorts of false information into the internet to destroy the reputation of Justin Emo Hollenwolf. We got that. Number two, to use social sciences and other techniques to manipulate the online discourse and activism. Yeah, see, they did this to me because I was a member of the cop watching movement. They did this to me because I was a 1A auditor. They did this to me because they know I'm an anti-government activist. And they also did this because I like Donald Trump. We're going to get into that next, okay? So let's read this part, shall we? Let them play the... So you can read on the screen what that says, okay? So that's one of the things they do. Okay? False flag operations. Let's get emo struck down. Let's write lies to fucking Streamlabs so we can get emo banned from Streamlabs, right, Shima? Let's lie to Streamlabs. Let's false flag his account on Streamlabs. Let's false flag his fucking content. Where emo gets a strike, and then we take the video on our channel, and we get to play it unedited, uncut, but emo gets a strike. Why? Why? Because one, they want to take my channel out. Two, they didn't like that I was making money. And three, they want me fucking gone from YouTube. So yes, I have been the victim of excessive false flag. My fucking nose is stuffing up and it's making me sound like an idiot. I don't know why my nose is stuffing up all of a fucking sudden. You ever get one of those fucking stuffy noses and then you can't fucking breathe and it makes you start... Okay? That's what it's doing all of a sudden. Let me turn the fan on or something. So... my channel has been hit with lots of, and my accounts have been hit with lots of false flag operations. So that's been happening to me too. And then now we're getting into the good stuff. Posting material into the internet falsely attributing to somebody else. Fake victim posts. Pretending to be the individual of who they want to destroy. How many fucking fake emo Hollywoos do we got out there? That I can't even go in the Monograph's room and use my real fucking account. I gotta use sock accounts just to hang out with Monograph, just to hang out with other people, because these assholes think it's funny to go into Monograph's channel with a cloned emo Howling Wolf account, pretending to be me, going to other channels, pretending to be me to destroy my reputation. And again, who's behind it? The government, the CIA, the FBI, and the United States government's behind it. I dare the government to silence me on this. So now I gotta use an alias just to go to Monograph's room. Because a clone version of me is going in there and saying, oh, I traded this for that, which is a lie. They don't do that in Maine, asshole. I've seen some of the fucking shit you post in Monograph's room, all the lies about food stamps and shit. I've seen it. You think I'm fucking stupid, faggot troll? You think I'm fucking stupid? And I think it's funny. And then when I use my go to channel button, it takes it back to my real account. So somehow they're fucking cloning me. But that's alright. Because about 2 hours later, the last time I seen you in there, I called up Monograph and we had a nice little phone conversation. We sure did. And he basically said to me, oh, with my tools, I can tell which one of you is the real you and which one is the clone. But still, I can't take a chance, so I got to go to Monograph's room under a fucking alias. Because they think it's okay to impersonate Justin Emo Hallingwolf. So again, my trolls are being paid for by the FBI, the government, and the CIA. How do you like me now, FBI? How do you like me, CIA? I'm daring you to come after me because I know you're doing it to me already. You fucking pieces of shit. So my trolls are being paid for by the fucking government. That's how somebody who had a neighbor that didn't have a pot to piss in now has new cars because they're being paid to watch that guy's ass. Rebel with his 24-hour surveillance of fucking PIs and security guards up his fucking ass. These trolls don't make that much money on YouTube where they can hire fucking 24-hour surveillance on somebody. And these trolls know how to find within seconds your fucking name, address, telephone number, and know where the fuck you are within an inch of where you sit. How do the trolls know where the fuck I am? Because the government's giving them the fucking information. Prove me wrong. Just like I already know, this video is going to be flagged down. I'm just waiting for it. I'm just fucking waiting for it. So again, here's the article again. How covert agents infiltrate the fucking internet to manipulate, deceive, and destroy reputations. Yep. That's who the ringleader of my fucking trolls are. That's who the ringleader is of my trolls. The fucking government. And again, can't make this shit up because here's the two tactics that they use. One, we'll read it again. One, to inject all sorts of false material into the internet to destroy somebody's reputation of their intended targets. You know how I read this? To inject all sorts of false material or false information into the internet to destroy the reputation of Justin Emo Hallingwolf. That's how I read it. And then excessive false flag operations. Yep, we gotta get Emo off the internet. We gotta get Emo off the... We gotta get Emo off of YouTube, so let's flag. Let's have a party. Oh yeah, we gotta flag Emo. Let's have a party. We'll flag his Streamlabs down. We'll flag this down. We'll flag that down. And then we get to take the content and put it on our channels, and we get to make money while Emo gets to sit in his house all day and doesn't even have the money to go out and live a life. Right, trolls? Right. And then, of course, this last one, pretending to be me. Look at all the fucking fake emo Hallimals that are around. Okay? So, that's why the FBI, that's why the government did it. Because, one, they knew I was anti-government. Two, they know I don't, that I think all cops are bad. Three, they knew I wanted to do auditing. They saw how popular I was getting. Right around the same time they were taking Eric Brandt out, and they didn't want me to become the next Eric Brandt. They got somehow in their warped little mind, they thought I was going to become the next Eric Brandt, which I didn't want the job. I told people hundreds of times I didn't fucking want the job. But that's why I was taken out. Because of my activism. Yep, and I find it funny. I find it funny that Andrew Brain, we'll use his right name because the channel he was using at the time, we'll use the right channel name. Andrew Brain, also known as Not Now, Maybe Later, did a video on this very story. On his Not Now, Later, Maybe Later channel. I didn't want to take Andrew's version of his video and put it on my channel. So Andrew released his version where he shared this story on the Not Now, Maybe Later channel. A couple of days later, I did what I'm doing now. I exposed the story on fucking line. 2 or 3 months later goes by, and Andrew's house gets raided by the fucking FBI. Imagine that. Why? Because they wanted to silence Andrew for making a video about this story, in my opinion. And they knew Andrew was on probation at the time. They knew Andrew was going in and out of court at the time. And they were like, and so I think the FBI, during that raid of Andrew's house, said to Andrew, "Hey, Andrew, we'll cut you a deal if you turn on the 1A movement." And that's when he fucking turned, and the faggot dome was created. Okay? No doubt in my mind that Andrew is now being paid by the FBI to destroy people on fucking YouTube. I dare you to silence me, Andrew. You know I'm right. You're being paid by the fucking government to fucking silence people on fucking YouTube. And if you can't silence them, you destroy their reputation. How? By injecting all sorts of misinformation into the internet, by going around and impersonating the person you want to destroy. Right here, I can't make this shit up. It's full screen. You're reading this, aren't you? And the link is in the fucking description right fucking now. So, when Brett Keane came to me, when that Brett Keane video showed up last weekend, and it said, "Did you know that the CIA was responsible for fucking creating the hip-hop movement to corrupt the young minds of children?" When I saw that article, and I'm dealing with all the trolling I'm done, it triggered my memory to this article, and I'm like, well, if the fucking CIA corrupted shit in the 80s, why ain't they, why If they did it back in the 90s and 80s, what makes you think they're not on the YouTube platform here running the fucking show? And that's why I shared this video, because I believe it's being done. I am a targeted citizen by the U.S. government, the FBI, and the CIA. How do you like me now? I'm calling you motherfuckers out. You don't have to be you don't have to hide anymore, because I already know the government is behind Rebel getting trolled. The government is behind fucking me getting trolled. The government's behind Abe getting trolled. The government's behind getting Lady Di getting trolled. And anybody else on the internet who's getting trolled. And the government's fucking behind it. Without a doubt, 100% correct. I will keep saying that to my dying breath. So now you know who's financing your trolls, Rebel. Because again, think about it. Go look online, Rebel, how much a fucking private investigator costs. By the hour. And tell me that you think Andrew Brain can be paying private investigators by the hour to sit outside your fucking house. Now you think he's getting that much fucking money? No, they're being paid by the fucking government. I've been saying this for the last 4 fucking years. They're paid by the fucking government to destroy me. And now that I exposed this watch, they're going to try to take me out. Because they don't like me talking about this. Watch. I bet you this video gets struck down. I'll bet you the trolls will restream it, but they'll take out all the parts about the government because they know I'm right. If you see this on a troll video and half the content is missing, then you know they're being paid by the trolls. Because if if one of my trolls is being paid by the government, you think they're gonna come out on the internet and say Emo's right? No. They're gonna doctor their rebroadcast of this video, and they're gonna hide the information. And that's another sign that I'll know that you guys are corrupt and crooked. That's the way I feel about it. There's no doubt in my mind. My paid trolls are being paid to destroy me. Now you're going to say, Emo, why were you talking about Trump? Okay, let me get to the other fucking thing and I'll explain why I was talking about Trump. Hang on, I got to find the article. I had it a minute ago. Let me find it. Let me find it. Where the hell was it? History. Here it is. We're going to conclude it with this. And this is another reason why I was attacked. Here's another reason why I was attacked, people. Exclusive. Donald Trump followers targeted by the FBI. And who has Emo been supporting the last 4 fucking years while all this trolling's been going on? Donald Trump. Ding, 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 ding. Rings the bell again. Ding, dong, ding, dong, ding, dong, ding. Right? Because there's an article right there. Exclusive. Donald Trump followers targeted by the FBI. And I'm not deliberately not playing the video with sound. It just doesn't have sound. Now, did you see how my fucking computer just fucked up? Did you see that? Because the government doesn't want me sharing this shit. Now, all of a sudden, my other monitor just conked out and shut off. Out of the fucking blue, just shut off. And now they're fucking with my other monitor now. See, the government's trying to silence me, people. Here's the evidence, because now I'm having problems with the computer. So here's the fucking evidence. See? They didn't like me showing that article. Did you know? Because all of a sudden my screen on that other monitor shut off. And that fucking window, the news story I was just sharing, all of a sudden went poof. Then the whole browser crashed. Okay? So this tells me that I'm getting close, FBI. This tells me I'm getting close, government. When I'm in the middle of a screen sharing presentation and you deliberately fucking shut my fucking computer off, that tells me that I am fucking right. You just proved my fucking point, FBI. You just fucking proved my fucking point. So here we go. They're trying to fuck with my computer now. Because they don't like me exposing their little dirty deeds. Done dirt cheap. But we're not going to let them silence me. We're going to put it right back up there. There you go. It's right back fucking up there. Okay? And now the video won't play this time. But there's an actual news article, and I'm going to add this one to the fucking description. But yeah, the federal government is going after Donald Trump now. See, but what these assholes don't realize is I'm not a Trump supporter anymore. They don't realize that. There's somebody else that I want in 2024. Donald Trump is still my second choice, yes. But there's somebody that surpasses Donald Trump that I want in the 2024 election. But because I let I let it be known that I'm a Trump supporter and I'm getting attacked for it. I will not tell you who I'm voting for this year. I'll tell you after the election, but I will not tell you before the election. And right now, Trump is in second place. If you assholes really want to know what the government, Trump is in second fucking place right now. There's somebody that I want other than fucking Trump. Okay? So there you go. So that is the great big ball of wax. Okay? That's the great big ball of wax, as Monograph says. Sure is. Now let's get the camera below the watermark again. Oh, before I do that, let me put myself up in the corner because, again, this is reality. When people would rather do this than believe the real Emo Halliwell. This is how stupid people are. Okay? This is how moronic people are.
Now we're at the same place to where some people will never believe something that's real and always believe things that are fake. Now we're at the same place to where some people will never believe something that's real and always believe things that are fake. Now we're at the same place to where some people will never believe something that's real and always believe things that are fake. Now we're at the same place to where some people will never believe something that's real and always believe things that are fake. Now we're at the same place to where some people will never believe something that's real and always believe things that are fake. Now we're at the same place to where some people will never believe something that's real and always believe things that are fake. Now we're at the same place to where some people will never believe something that's real and always believe things that are fake. Now we're at the same place to where some people will never believe something that's real and always believe things that are fake. Now we're at the same place to where some people will never believe something that's real and always believe things that are fake. Now we're at the same place to where some people will never believe something that's real and always believe things that are fake. Now we're at the same place to where some people will never believe something that's real and always believe things that are fake. Now we're at the same place to where some people will never believe something that's real and always believe things that are fake. Now we're at the same place to where some people will never believe something that's real and always believe things that are fake. Now we're...
I think you get the point, right? I think we get the point. Alright, so as Monograph always says, that's a great big ball of wax. Ball of wax. And again, if you can't speak freely, you're simply not free, or you're a targeted citizen like emo by the government. No doubt in my mind. No doubt in my fucking mind. And that one got a little stretched, but there we go. So, there you go. The truth about who's behind my trolls. I believe 100% fact that it's the government doing it. Because we know the government killed Kennedy. We know the government killed Hendricks. We know the government killed the people in Waco. We know the government killed the people in Ruby Ridge. We know that the government is, according to that news article that I read, infiltrating the internet. We know that the government is guilty of creating the rap movement. We know that the government is guilty of all the shit that's going on in the emo Hollywood. Guilty as charged. I dare the U.S. government to challenge me. And with that, till next time, stay safe, be well, take care of yourself and each other. And all you motherfucking faggot trolls and government agencies, go fuck yourself. You've been exposed.